Okay, let's get the show on the road. I know any card could be contradicted. I know that. Or we could review the statement at least. Just maybe we convert the old motel into a townhouse. Oh, I guess now we know the place was in the red. Excuse me. We could try this. So they were trying. So she's saying they were trying to get property everywhere, but yours says they can only get it if it's worth it, because.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it is relevant, but whatever.
What's the one after?
Knowing close-up magic makes borrowing papers pretty easy. Just a crime.
Oh, theft.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
It's not theft, it's borrowing.
That's basically theft.
Okay, maybe we end here. Maybe we try the interrogation room. Can we review their statement? Yeah, okay. Failing to make a profit about a year now. Could this work? No. It seems like these two do contradict each other. I just have to find out how. Okay. I'm not sure what we're looking for.
What about Mr. Smith's statement?
Store can sell. Doesn't know why Anton wanted the store. Drink whiskey if you loan for nothing, even though you can pay it off, you can for collateral. Ooh. This is a big old case. Okay, so we know we can review those two, and those two have some kind of contradiction, right? Like we kind of know that. Can we review the statement here? Okay, we can. April 30th, Owens requests the whole trade to rearrange a meeting for Noah and Anton. Anton declined the meeting. Okay. Decline the meeting. But we know they were on the way at 7. Okay, I guess not. Okay, so we know we can review that statement too. We can review this statement as well. Sure the store can sell to what happened yesterday. Oh, whoops. Repeat. Eubank would want the store, they have no use for it. However, we know. Okay. Step one. Here we go.
Go!
We have a witness who has found out that Anton's been trying to gather property from around the city. Anton could have used this property's location for a profitable development. He already tried that with an orphanage, and he was willing to do it again here. Which is why we are trying to get as much information as possible. Remember, this is you.
Why would he need the property so badly?
Shows why they need property, because they're in the red. Seems that he needs to keep gaining property so he can keep the company afloat. We believe it's connected to his death. The time is impeccable otherwise. Do you know anything about Anton that could help us out?
I see. I don't know how helpful it is, but I can tell you a story. The full story about what happened 10 years ago.
Okay. You mean when the store was bought? Justina told me yesterday.
There's a bit more to the story her mother and I left out. 10 years ago, Saul and I were looking to start a business and came across Eubank Investments. As you know, Luna was hurt, and we spoke with Eubanks at the time. Justina might have said they simply agreed, but they didn't. As Luna's hospital bills were piling up, Saul pledged with the Eubanks for support, but they ignored him. He wanted them to pay for the hospital bill and admit that they lied about the quality of the building. But they refused to listen.
You never told me about this.
You were 12 at the time. A simpler story was way easier to explain. Anton in particular was refusing to budge one bit on the matter. He said that it was the building's construction company's fault and they were in no way liable. I told Saul that he was left at fault for not bringing a safety inspector with him. Saul threatened to express charges against them for lying about the state of the building, and that finally got their attention. We spent hours in a single room trying to reach an agreement and was almost pushed to court. And suddenly Miss Eubanks gave in to our demands. She gave us the building and paid for Luna's hospital bill, provided we dropped the case.
Interesting. I'll update your statement. Why didn't you give in later?
I can't say, maybe it was Justina's mom. She was ready to throw a chair if I didn't stop her. You would think she was Luna's mom. Anton was not happy, but was powerless to stop it.
But wasn't he president?
He was, but Miss Eubank took his wife's side, and that was that. As for why Mr. Eubank did that, my guess is they were married at the time. Of course he would support his wife.
Amen, brother!
I wonder if Anton would ever let that go. That's the full story of how we got the store.
Why didn't you tell me all this? You hid all these details from me for 10 years?
7 days of fighting weren't all for this building. They were for Luna, too. We didn't want their money out of greed, but to have them pay for hurting her. But we agreed to tell you and your sister a nicer story. There's enough hate in the world, and we don't want the hate to be a cycle.
When this all started, I was sure the Eubanks were kind and friendly because of what you told me. That's why I joined the embezzlement case on my first day.
And how were they when you met them?
Mr. Eubank clearly was as kind as I was told. Mr. Eubank, he's scarier. A liar and controlling, but I don't see him as a murderer. This whole case, it's so complex. I don't know how we're to solve it.
I don't know if anything I told you will help you find the culprit, but if anyone can catch them, it's you.
You really think so?
You got the fire in your eyes like a furnace ready to make beautiful glass. I've known you all your life, and I've never seen you more invested in anything like these cases.
Investment? Wait, oh, sorry.
Even if no one calls you a detective, you are one to me.
Trust me, I don't have to go as far for someone to call me one. But thanks, I needed that. I'm still a little mad at you and Mom for hiding it.
When you have kids someday, you'll understand.
I think that's all we get here. Okay. So we got that. Let's look at the new... Oh, his is updated. Where is he? There he is. Max and Anton disagreed about selling the store. Owen overruled Anton, which made Anton resentful. Okay. Is there a statement we can review here? No. What about the lobby? We know we can. What was her statement? So we need something to do with the resent. Oops. Hold on.
Why is your...
Sorry, I actually moved it a little bit. And so now it's
Yeah, I
kind
can
of like...
see that.
It's kind of like
messing up
fucky. Yeah.
Yeah, the quality, it was really weird.
Okay, let's look at the statements here. So we have to have something about Anton being resentful 10 years later. Oh God. Oh, and Anton. I mean, he could have declined it because he was resentful, but that was like 10 years ago. You'd think he'd give it up by now.
You'd think. But the more we unravel of this, the more it's just complicated.
Yeah. No. Okay. I guess that's all we kind of have right now. We'll try it. I'll try it here, and then I'll try it. Okay, we don't have that. Didn't tell Mr. Eubank that he declined the meeting.
I hate that you can't press on this either. You have to present something instead.
Mm-hmm. It's a different challenge.
Oh, I just realized. They both wear monocles, but on the opposite eye. That's kind of cute.
Who does?
Mrs. Eubank and Mr. Eubank.
Oh, they do. I didn't notice that. And their kid wears glasses.
Yeah,
So she has both of them. That's cute. You know what? I didn't notice that.
Rounded glasses. That's so cute.
That's pretty cute. Hey, Don Don. Thank you for being here for the first time chat. What's up? I never noticed it. That's really cute. Speaking of cute.
That also means they have bad eyesight. Kitty.
Toasty. Occupation?
Toasty.
Cat. You guys name because he looks like burnt toast, don't we all? Okay.
He doesn't even look burnt. He just looks like a fluffy piece of toast.
Toasty is cute. I like him. Okay, so didn't tell Mr. Eubank that he declined the meeting. I don't think this does anything, but they did have an argument. No, I didn't think that'd be anything, but okay. So we have her. We have the interrogation room. And we have the office, the station. We got what we need from the store. I don't see how that could really help us with those.
What about... Did Kanaki's statement get updated?
Where is she? Bits of white carpet. It did, but that doesn't help us because he already admitted to moving the body.
Yeah, we already did all that.
Yeah. Enjoy this game here to find. Oh, I'm glad to have you here. I am enjoying this game. Kara and I love Ace Attorney games. But finding a specific thing with all this evidence and all this is a lot. We might be here for a bit. Previous case. It is really cozy. See, this doesn't really help us, I don't think. Sequence being a lot? Yeah, this sequence is a lot. Okay. So here's what we know. We know that they need a bank loan, but because they need properties to make money, but they have to prove that they're worth a damn. So the Annie and Yor kind of contradict each other. They're tied together at least.
Yeah, but we did figure out what statement it contradicts, and that was Smith's. So I don't think we have to go. Well,
I know because we have more to review, so I think we might. But I mean, we can try to end it if you want to try to go back. And investigation.
If we review them, we could use Mr. Smith's
yeah, but
statements.
I don't know where it would go. Because this is 10 years ago. Wait.
Oh, maybe my sources found out about it 3 months ago.
But they found out about the company failing to make a profit 3 months ago. I don't think that has anything to do with what happened 10 years ago. We could try it if you want.
I think it wouldn't hurt to try.
Here, let me just check, make sure we can do this. Oh, okay, never mind. So we don't have to do any of that. Okay.
Never mind.
Well, we don't want to miss this. You sure this deal is worth it? He moved a dead body and has thrown his own boss under the bus. Are we sure we can trust him? Too late now. Come on. Yeah, oh, okay. I wish they'd kind of say something like, hey, it should be ready by now.
Yeah, that's like one thing I liked about Ace Attorney. Usually there was in-between dialogue that was like that.
Yeah. That's I have a few minor complaints with this game. That's kind of mostly just like the same problem as Ace Attorney. That's just kind of how the style of game is. But this one, I think they could have used one dialogue. It's like, hey, oh, it's getting late. We should probably head back now, instead of giving us other things to review, especially things that are related, like, you know, these two.
Usually with Ace Attorney, it will give you like extra dialogue, like, oh, we should probably go here. Yeah.
Even if it's a little hand-holdy. Could have triggered. Yeah, no, yeah, that's right, Don. Like, you were literally already in a, I'm gonna say a cutscene, quote unquote, with like the dad. You could have just had that conversation with him, be like, oh, Justy, you know, it's time to go back now. Like, it definitely could have been done. Oh. I'm glad you can all make it. Mr. Eubank is in the interrogation room. He'll be ready if Lowell keeps his end of the deal. Yeah, no, I think so, Don.
I will only accept concrete proof. Anything less, and I will demand defamation charges against my husband.
Oh, I love Sue, too.
She's so cute.
I have quite the audience. It's an honor to be the one solving this little case. Without further ado, here you go, a photo I took right after Anton died. What happened? When I arrived, he was already like this. I simply took a picture.
That doesn't prove anything. That's like that. He could have found the body and be grieving right there.
Even then, that is not Anton. That's Owen on the ground. If his body hit the desk, that would explain why the phone turned off and Joy couldn't eavesdrop. Where is Anton's body? Or where is Anton's body? It's out of frame because he fell closer to the door. You can't see it or the blood because of the angle. But that's not true because he has to be on the rug, because you guys moved the rug and the blood is on the rug.
He would have to be on the rug.
We confirmed the time was at 8:05 p.m. that night. I see. I'll add it to the evidence. I mean, the picture's good, yeah. Mr. Emick had the gun near his right hand. Santon's body was out of frame. Yeah. Mrs. Eubank.
If you need me, I will be in the interrogation room with my client.
Well, she's gonna tear him to shreds.
I won't speak on this evidence until then.
Well, I did my part, now if you would excuse me.
Hold up, I don't think he can leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that'll, like, fuck up his plea deal and he will go to jail.
Yeah, no, we have to make sure the evidence, like, your evidence is legit, brother. We can't just let you leave. Mr. Ledger, you'll remain here. On what grounds? All charges have been dropped, remember? We need to determine whether the photo in this crime scene have been tampered with. Once we verify the authenticity, you'll be free to go. Fine, but everything I gave is actually... I want to look at it again. Everything I gave is real. Look forward to being let go. Guess that's our cue to head to the interrogation room. Indicates 5:40. We're knocking these out today, Cowrie. I don't know how many parts there are, but I think we're getting towards the end. I'll be him. Owen Eubank, thank you for being here. Oh, I've been informed of what Lowell has said, and he has lied to the police and has put my company at risk. I am no murderer. I understand your concern, but there are a lot of questions we need answers to. And we hope you can answer them. Okay, before we get any further, Carrie, I got a little theory.
Okay.
So we know that he was shot unfatally first. Could have been that they fought, and Mr. Eubank shot him first as like a self-defense thing. And then they moved the body to be like, oh shit, we gotta like take him to the hospital. And then he was like, Lowell, if you like want to like really keep this job, like you'll take him. And Lowell's like, oh, I'll get my job, all right. But like, I'm gonna get rid of him first. That's kind of my thought.
I think Lowell killed him.
Yeah, that's my thought too.
And that I don't know that necessarily that Owen did anything. I think maybe what happened is like an Ace Attorney, right?
Mm-hmm.
How freaking Von Karma killed Gregory, I think his name was not George, Gregory. How he killed Gregory, but it was pinned on the old guy. What was his name? Yanni or something?
It's been a while. George Worth. Yanni Yogi. Dude, Don's on it.
Yeah, Yanni. Yeah. It's been a really long time since I played.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Like, over 10 years.
Dude, Don had both those names right off the bat. Don was on it.
Yeah.
Carrie, I think you met your match on, like, Ace Attorney fans.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Gregory Edgeworth, I think it's like that situation where they thought Yanni killed him, and it was actually they both passed out in the elevator.
It could
so I
be.
think it's a situation like that. I think maybe they got into a tussle. Both of them passed the fuck out.
Right.
Lowell took the click and then killed him.
That could be, yeah, because there was no blood anywhere in the room that except for the back of dude's car. So you could be onto something. All right, this is your line.
There is a perfectly reasonable explanation for what happened. My client was blackmailed.
Blackmailed by whom? Lowell? I couldn't say anything, or else he would pin the murder on me. If the press got that photo, my whole company would fall apart. Then my family. All I had to do was make him president, and he would help hide all of this. But since it seems he intends to pin on me anyway, I will defend myself. If you are serious, then there is one key question to all this. Do you know how Anton Chambers died? I was attacked. I was afraid for my life. I had to defend myself. Okay, so kind of what I was thinking. And that means it was you.
My client was invoking his right to self-defense. One that he would have brought up to the police had Lowell Ledger not attempted to blackmail him.
Oh, my dog's popping off.
Woof, woof.
Detective, can you just get away with it in self-defense? The legal definition of self-defense provides 3 factual elements: justified fear, inability to escape, and using force only when needed. To assert your claim of self-defense, you will need to explain how you met all 3 elements. Mr. Eubank, the matter of you being blackmailed can be saved for later.
My client can satisfy the legal definition, as you soon will see.
Then let's start from the beginning. Mr. Eubank, can you please explain what led to him attacking you? Yes, give me a moment to remember. Meeting him in person. Well, at home, something important popped up that required me to meet with Anton. We know what that is, but go on. I contacted Lowell to set up a meeting so we could discuss it in person. We agreed to meet in order to talk. That's not true, though. But she didn't tell him. So I don't think we can contradict that. After I parked my car, I headed straight to his office. When I got there, he pointed his gun at me and threatened me. I still don't know why. Okay, I think we're gonna try to dispute this with saying like, hey, we know that he's pretty resentful. Okay.
I love that she's just,
She was gassing him up. Yeah, that was awesome.
So that's my man right there.
Okay, so it was. I knew it would be one of the two. Mr. Chambers had no intention of meeting you. You set a meeting with Mr. Chambers, but he declined it. Meaning, he didn't want to meet with you. Oh my. How did you? I contacted Lowell to have the meeting, and he said Anton was free at the time. Asking him to set it up isn't the same as having Mr. Chambers agree to it. Their marriage is so good. True, except for like the, you know, kind of the fucked up shit that they do a little bit, but you know. If I set a meeting, it happens. He isn't allowed to decline.
My client wouldn't even know the writing there. We already heard
Rich people stuff. True.
Testimony stating that he left our house before he was informed.
What witness are you talking about? Who saw me leaving my own house? It's a long story, dude. Even if he did leave before finding out, what matters is that Mr. Chambers didn't want to see him. And why is that? You are asking the wrong man. I can't explain his actions. But he wouldn't have attacked you for no reason. So it's in your best interest to tell us what the meeting was about. I refuse. I'm here to state my reason for self-defense, not talk business. If he attacked you, this can help explain your need for self-defense. There, seems I have no choice. The B2TM plan. Our meeting was on the finalized detail of the B2TM plan. I wanted our company to grow beyond the walls of the city to expand across this whole country. Anton and I both shared the same vision for the future of our company. We just had a few key metrics to work out, which we normally settle in my office. But since he had another meeting in his office beforehand, I decided to just go to him. So you see, in two good turns result in murder. Mr. Eubank wants everything to be seen in his favor, but we have evidence he doesn't know about. So I have to pick apart his story. Browsing details. Okay, what is this? What's the B2TM plan? I'm glad you asked. Now back to the mission plan. We spent so long building up Azure City, we forgot our original mission. To build the infrastructure of the world, one city at a time. Why not call it BTTM? Cleaves!
She was here earlier and then she like left, but now she's back.
Cleaves?
Oh my god, she's raiding!
Yeah. Hi, Cleaves. Thank you for the raid. Give you a shout out. How was your game? I assume it was Suikoden too. I'm just gonna assume. How was it? How could I have known, Cleaves? How could I have known?
Totally not like she talks about Suikoden all the time.
Good, almost done. Hell yeah. Rare parrot, so true, Lops. Welcome to the chat, by the way. We're trying to solve a murder. Why not call it BTTM? Oh, whoops. I hope you had a really good stream, Cleaves.
bacon, tomato, meat.
Yep, just we don't know what it is. It's some kind of meat. So true, Carrie. You're so right. You're excited. Also, Cleves, what are you gonna do once you're done? This is like the game you've been playing for the past like 3 weeks. You've streamed nothing but that game. What are you gonna stream now?
Maybe she'll play Eiyuden Chronicles.
Oh, there's a Suikoden 3? I didn't even know there was a third one.
Oh, yeah, there's a 4 and a 5th one, too.
Oh, well, Cleves, you got some work to do, girl. You best get on it.
But I think...
Oh, she already beat Eiyuden. I can't.
Eiyuden?
Eiyuden, sure, yeah.
I think, the 5th one is hard to find. It's a little expensive.
Well, Cleves, you got some work cut out for you, it looks like. Oh, Cleves has them all. Never mind.
Oh, based.
Hell yeah, Cleves. Get it, girl. The physical copies of every Suikoden game? That seems pretty good. I don't know anything about the games, but if Kaori says one of them's pretty rare, then hell yeah. Weren't they remaked? Or remade, some of them? Was the first remade? Were they re-released?
They're re-released. The Suikoden 1 and 2 is a re-release.
Oh, 1 and 2 were remade and re-released. Okay. Gotcha. But the other ones weren't. Okay, I see now. I was gonna say, because you made it seem like a good thing it was coming back, but I wasn't sure why. HD remake? Okay, that makes sense.
Well, other part of it's some of the people who worked on it left and made Eiyuden, and so Konami's finally like re-released. Konami's been a lot better recently.
Konami's been doing things now, yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of re-releases mostly, but it's been really good. Like really good remasters and ports.
It got funded so fast. Hey, you know what? I believe it. Same thing happened with Fallout. A lot of the Fallout devs left and they made their own game. Konami was like, hey, shit. Less than 12 hours? That's pretty good.
I think all like the stuff that like was getting successors, like Bloodstained and all that, really put it in them. Like, hey, we really need to do better. Yeah, because all of our good people left.
Konami was like, oh shit, maybe exclusively gotchas for the past 5 years isn't what we need.
Yeah.
All right.
The 2T was my idea. I thought a number would be a bit more fun to say.
Exactly. That's why we are a team. I never thought of such a brilliant name change. Dude, okay, they kind of are couple goals.
They're so cute.
I see. Corporate lingo is weird. But it's cute they both came up with the name together. Also, teach you the true. Okay. Oh, there's DLC coming out, Cleves? I had no idea. Okay, but you need a bank loan. Okay, no. The information should be very important. Should keep this close. Okay, so we're gonna wait till that's a butt slam. Gotcha.
Booty slap.
No, butt slam, not booty slap. As like a ground pound, like a Mario, like you know.
I mean, booty slap.
No, that's no. Nope. Share the same vision for the future of the company. Yeah, but didn't you two like really argue about buying that thing, like that one store? Didn't you do that like behind this guy's back?
Would it not be Mr. Smith's?
Okay, that's right. This is 10 years prior. It might not do anything because it's a little different. But wait, where is he? There he is. Anytime I was at the store to buy it, that would go against Owen's reasoning. We need something stronger, something that proves why he would buy it. Different piece of evidence. Interesting. So it seems like that is correct. We want it to be there. Okay, but if you both share the same dream, then why did he not do that? Mr. Eubank, Mr. Chambers' actions say otherwise. I'm sure you two are aware Mr. Chambers was supposed to be brought in for questioning yesterday. The reason being that he wanted to use underhanded methods to take over an orphanage to build townhouses on the land. He clearly wanted more property inside the city. So we know he didn't agree with you. Oh my. Good night, Cleves. I'll talk to you later. I am well.
That deal took place in March. The B2TM plan started only recently.
Yes, of course. He must have changed his mind since. But he never disclosed the sale. Former hours to get. Yeah, true! You get the Invisible Woman skin that you made everyone work hard for. So true, Cleves. I can't wait to play Marvel Rivals later. But he never disclosed the sale of the orphanage to you. He hid that because he knew you would disagree. Well.
Both my client and I were completely unaware of his action. Had we known, we would have stopped him from doing so at once. As far as my client knew, they agreed on this plan together.
Mr. Eubank, it seems you and Anton had different views of the company. Can you share how different you two could be?
Detective, I don't see how such a question is connected to the case on hand.
Your client claims he was attacked, but we want to know why. You are asking the wrong person, Detective. Well, the other person's dead, so... When I went to see him, he attacked me. The only thing I can tell you is how I defended myself. He's right, Detective. Why haven't we focused on that? We will get there in due time, but I don't think Mr. Chambers pulled his gun out for no reason. I think something happened in that room that led to Mr. Chambers dying. Detective, I'm the victim here. I was attacked by Anton, then blackmailed by Lowell. You're doing nothing but digging around in mud just to get me on a murder charge. And you claim self-defense, not me, but that only works if you're honest. Otherwise, it's just murder.
Detective, my husband is no murderer.
And then finding out why he was attacked should prove it. Just saying. Fine, the sooner this is over, the better. Business partners. It's only natural that he and I disagreed on a few things. But we had been a team for years, you know,
That's an immediate no.
I don't need to see the rest, brother. I don't need to hear the whole thing. There's a major issue that you disagreed with Mr. Chambers about. 10 years ago, to be exact. What are you talking about? Talking about the Eubank Investments' first project in the Sunrise District. There was an accident at one of the stores, and in the end, the store was sold to Soul Heart. He worked with the glassmaker who told us that Mr. Chambers refused to accept any blame. But you outranked him and agreed to sell at a discount. Well, that was 10 years ago. How do you know about that? That glassmaker is my dad, and the one who was hurt is my friend. Which means that I really shouldn't be working this case, but I'm not a detective, so it's fine. Yeah, your dad is right.
I shouldn't be working this case either.
I sided against him when we started. My dad doesn't know why. Can you explain that?
If you must know, it's better I asked him to. When Luna was hurt, he and I had only been a few months old.
So true, Don Don. The conflict of interest is over now. My dad's barely part of it. Don't worry. Anyways, I'm gonna get this information from him.
At first, I was on Anton's side, choosing to fight the claims that it was our fault. But hearing both your parents and Soul talk about the injury to Luna, I just couldn't do it. How could I be a mother and tell her parents their daughter's life wasn't our fault? So I asked Owen to try and help them.
Varys was right. If it happened to our daughter, we would have done what your parents did. But with more money. Anton was a parent at the time, but he didn't see it our way. He thought accepting the blame would only make us look weak, which he said is a death sentence for a company like ours. But I trusted my wife more than I trusted him, so I made my choice. And then what happened?
He told us he would accept our judgment and let it go. It was just one building, and the district was big enough that we didn't need all of it.
But he never truly let it go, and disagreements can lead to more violent solutions.
Don't tell me you think.
I'm saying that the two got into a heated debate, and it escalated to violence. And escalation is a two-way street. This is nothing more than speculation.
Wait, I think we could use Joy's statement because she heard a tussle.
We're gonna see what he says. He attacked me suddenly when we were supposed to have our meeting. Yes, I pulled rank on him in the past, but only when needed. And yes, him still buying the stores against our B2TM plan. But our company had a bright future long before that night. But when he attacked me, he threw all that away. Interesting.
Wait, they said long future, but I think we can use
We
your
can use, yeah, we can use like, hey buddy, like we know you're like in the red. Okay, yeah. You're right. Right, future. Except that isn't true. We have sources that say the company has been in the red. You need new property to get more investors or a loan from the bank. Oh my. That information is not public knowledge. Did the police leak that information? Mr. Eubank, we have no intention of doing so. We only want to solve this case. If you and Mr. Chambers had a fight, would it have been related to the company's financial situation? And that's why you didn't want to tell us? Yeah, I was attacked. I was afraid for my life. I had to defend myself. Stop saying that. He has to say it's required to claim self-defense. That said, his lawyer seems awfully quiet. Uh-oh. Mrs. Eubank, is what we just said news to you?
I did know, but I only found out 2 days ago.
Ferris, you're not going to tell them?
Owen, I completely believe you are innocent. What happened to Anton was not your fault. But these two are good people, and if there's anyone I trust to solve this case, it would be them. 10 years ago, you trusted my judgment. Please, trust me again.
It's either that or a divorce, and, well, frankly, I'm too rich to be divorced. When we got married all those years ago, I told you there was no other person I would trust with my life. By risk of divorce. If you believe it's important to share it, then I trust you.
Thank you, Owen.
How did you find out 2 days ago?
After everything with Anton, I was preparing his defense the day before he was supposed to come in. Regardless of his actions at the orphanage, I was going to make sure our company's image wasn't damaged. That's when I uncovered something.
Our company had stopped growing, with some investments not paying off as expected.
Owen never told me. I handled all the legal matters, but he purposely kept some details away from me. So I confronted him, and we started
That explains why
yelling.
they were yelling before Anton's death, because they were yelling at each other, if
And
you remember.
Yeah, and why Fee was really scared.
But she wanted to get away from her parents yelling, that's why she hid in the trunk. We should keep out the part where Fee overheard them. I told her at the time I would handle it. I'd been trying to keep the company going by any means possible, like murder? I even started selling some of my older golf trophies to cover some expenses. Trophies? Sure, they can't be that expensive. Wasn't much, but even a little bit of money helps. Collectors would pay around 1 million alms for one. What? That's what I've ever seen in my life. I had a deal in Appleton ready, and I was sure it would fix everything. Anton wanted to keep investing in properties in Azure City. We couldn't afford to do both, so we needed to pick one. It was only after the embezzling that I started having doubts, but I wanted to handle it without needing the police. Even after the orphanage came to light, I still wanted to give him a chance. We were supposed to meet. Oh, you know, one small little debt. Oh, small loan of 1 million alms. We were supposed to meet right after everything with the police was settled. But once Ferris found out what I was hiding, I needed to speak with him that night. And you left in the middle of a fight? Yeah, well, I had Lowell schedule a meeting and I needed to keep it. I figured once I met with him, then I could explain it better to Ferris. But when I got back home, I couldn't let her know he was in the office at all. I wanted to keep my family away from Lowell's blackmail. Lowell says you offered the job to him. You said it was blackmail. Mrs. Eubank, were you aware of this before today?
No. Owen had only told me after Lowell asked for a plea deal.
Mr. Eubank, what happened when you got there? When I got there, Anton told me he had to go. That's when I stopped him, telling him we had some important matters to discuss. He tried to push past me, and I told him he wouldn't leave until we were done. I had plans set in motion in Appleton. Unless he had something planned bigger, we were going to present my plans to the bank. That's when he pulled his gun on me. I was so surprised my monocle popped off. It popped off? Yes, like what happens when you contradict me. Only my right eye had proper vision for the next few minutes. I couldn't put a new one in, so what happened next is a bit messy. He said, you think that Blackwater town is going to survive this company? You can't make a profit from poor farmers. So step aside before you regret it. Something important happened tonight and I need to settle. Yeah, true. It popped off. Justina, come on. We've seen this monocle pop off.
True, it pops off all the time.
See, but
Like
if it popped off, it's weird that was on the ground. Just keep that note. So you could have stepped aside but didn't. Why engage him after he pulled his gun?
As an exception to the legal definition of self-defense, our country's castle doctrine affords a person a special privilege. They can stand their ground in any place they own, including a place of business.
Ferris, help me balance my budget. We have a line item of 10 million alms for replacement monocles. You know, if these two motherfuckers just wore, like, glasses with one prescription in, they wouldn't be losing their monocles all the time.
True.
I'm just saying.
They could get the other eye non-prescribed so that it's just clear glass and you can see right out of it.
Or just don't have glass there at all. There are a lot of situations where they could just, like, not lose their monocles.
I think they make specialized contacts for that, too. I mean, they also make non-prescriptive contacts, so you could have one.
Well, I mean, a contact, you could just put one contact in one eye and then not do anything with the other.
Yeah, but it messes, like, having one in the and then one not in the other makes it really weird, even when it's like non-prescriptive.
As someone who hates seeing eyes like be touched at all, I have no clue about any of that.
Yeah, it makes it really weird. So like, it's best to have two in, but you have one that's fixed to prescription, and then the other is non-prescriptive.
That's weird. I didn't know that. I don't wear contacts, so.
My client was attacked inside Eubank Investments, which he owns. Thus, under castle doctrine, he can continue to claim self-defense even if he had the ability to escape.
What's castle doctrine? One's place is their castle, and they have a right to protect it. Applying it to one's company is a new one to me, but that's not the interesting part.
So it's like with chess, where...
I guess.
Well, like...
I was thinking more like the stand your ground versus the right to flee laws that we have in America.
Well, like from a chessboard, it's kind of like that.
I mean, kind of. It's just that's not what my mind went to. The king is you and the castle is a big gun. Amen.
True.
What does something important happen tonight that I need to settle mean? I don't know. At the time, I didn't think about it. Perhaps we know. Here's what Mr. Chambers considered to be important from that night. Well, he did meet with Anton. Could also be something with this. There's one matter that he could be dealing with. Here's a new book. He used his taser on Mr. Chambers right before stealing his flash drive and running off. If Anton was determined enough, he might have gone after Harris to get it back. Yeah, kind of deserved, but, you know. That would make sense. Mr. Eubank, do you think Mr. Chambers would do it? Let me think. I hate to say it, but Anton had a strong personality. But he went to his office to meet with the detective instead of going after Harris. He could have gone back to load his gun, but he only had one bullet that night. Oh, not true, actually. I guess I'll go with this.
Exactly two missing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was wondering if there was one better, because sometimes they're like, find one that's better worded. The bullet was missing, it must have been taken. This doesn't explain where it went. I guess it's true, we don't know. He had one bullet that night. How would you know that?
Wait.
Hmm. Okay, so I guess we know he didn't do it because he was shot twice. Okay, well. I guess we maybe we should... Yeah, he raised his gun at me. He would have shot me if I hadn't acted fast. No? Okay.
I love when she guesses him up. It's so wholesome.
It is wholesome. Hmm. I do like Ferris, yeah. I do enjoy her as a character.
I like her because she kind of reminds me a little bit of Edgeworth, where like she's a little combative, but with the MC, but like she does also like to try and actually find the truth.
One in his office to meet with the detective instead of going to Harris. We know that's true. He could have gone back to load his gun. He only had one bullet that night. And we don't necessarily know that he only had one bullet that night. Oh, okay. I guess I just did on the wrong thing. Okay. She does go through the Edgeworth progression. It's true. She goes through a lot faster than Edgeworth, but she does go through it.
True. Edgeworth takes 3 fucking games.
Yeah. She goes through it in like 3 cases.
I love my boy, but he does take like 3 fucking games to really get to the good meat.
Yeah. Mr. Eubank, there's a problem with that theory. Anton Chambers was shot twice by his own gun, meaning his gun was loaded with the second bullet. Oh my! What do you mean he was shot twice? Were you unaware that the first shot wasn't lethal? When he raised his gun at me, I fought back. I hit his leg with my umbrella, and while Anton was distracted, fought to keep his gun within view of my right eye. We ended up hitting the wall at some point, then a bang. What happened next, I can't remember. It happened so fast, next thing I knew, my back hit the desk and the gun was in my hand. So it seems like maybe Lowell got involved, yeah.
I think I was right, so like Lowell, he passed out because of the thing, and then Lowell came in and shot him. It's just like the Ace Attorney situation with Deal 6.
I was knocked out for a moment, and that's when Lowell came in. When I checked Anton's gun, it was empty. So I thought my shot killed him. Did you ever check the body? I was in so in shock, I just took Lowell's word. My mom was more worried about covering up the shooting than figured out what happened, and we know Lowell knows the combination of the safe too, so.
Yeah.
I see why you hid the truth. It certainly makes you sound guilty. What, you only remember, if you only remember one shot before being knocked out, that means you weren't the killer. Hold on, how do we know he's telling the truth? I'm telling you the truth because my wife says she's trusted by you two. I have no reason to hide this.
He told me he couldn't remember what happened either. Even if he was lying to you, he wouldn't lie to me.
Unless you're both lying. Got him. Then who shot him? There's only one person who was in the room after the first bullet went off. Anton Chambers. First shot and Joy arriving upstairs, only one person there. Lowell Ledger.
Lowell did it. This whole time!
I'm thinking the same thing. If he saw the first shot, he just needed to fire a second shot to kill him. Then he could blackmail Mr. Eubank into thinking he pulled the trigger. I think we need to bring him in for questioning. That good-for-nothing weasel! How dare he! Oh shit, he killed my friend! Oh shit, blackmailed me! And tried to pin his murder on me! When I get my hands on him, oh! Officers, please restrain this man for our own safety. That felt good. Now would you kindly drag Lowell in and charge him with murder?
That's so very you coded.
That is pretty coded. That's me coded. Being really upset, be like, man, that was awesome. Anyways, we can bring him in again, but charging him is harder. We still don't have any decisive evidence.
I'm going to stay. Someone has to make sure you do your jobs right.
Thanks for letting me just hit the shit out of this desk, guys. I'm feeling better now.
There, honey.
Mr. Eubank, please wait outside. We'll be back here soon. Oh, man. I think we might be able to finish this game today. I think the stream will go on for a little bit longer, but I think we could finish it.
I think it would be fun to finish it, because
Yeah.
I think we're really close. I think if we get
I
Anton
think
that's the end of that.
I think, yeah, that's the end of that, and then whatever post stuff, like, oh, wow, I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I think we could finish it.
Show me when I'm gonna blah, 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 blah.
Amen.